Welcome to the Mental Health at Sea module, which will provide you a brief understanding of mental health, including how it can affect you and others while working at sea, and steps you can take to maintain your own mental health. The term mental health refers to the social and emotional well-being of an individual. An individual with good mental health is enjoying life, able to cope with everyday stresses, is optimistic, and feels valued and connected with friends and others. In contrast, an individual with poor mental health is unwell and not enjoying life. They may be struggling with stress or sadness, they often feel alone, and they have a pervading sense of gloom. These individuals may suffer from anxiety or depression. The mental health of an individual may change over time, moving along a range or sliding scale. At one end of the range, an individual enjoys healthy mental functioning, while at the other they are suffering with poor mental health, and their ability to function and contribute to society is compromised. In Australia, mental health is a significant public issue. At least 1 million Australians are living with depression at any one time, and at least 2 million others are living with anxiety. This means that at least 3 million Australians are living with a mental health issue at any one time. This is equal to 3 in every 25 people, or 12% of the entire population. Sadly, nearly 8 Australians suffering poor mental health commit suicide every day, 6 of whom are men. Until recently, very few attempts had been made to understand the mental health of fishers and others working at sea. However, a recent study has found that commercial fishers are almost twice as likely to suffer from stress, anxiety or depression compared to the national average. Reasons for this include threats of fishery closure and loss of income, politicized fisheries management, lack of support by the public, negative publicity about fishing activity, and sudden changes that affect their livelihood. Individuals from all walks of life can suffer from poor mental health, irrespective of their gender, wealth, type of work, or physical health. Symptoms of poor mental health include trouble sleeping, withdrawal from friends and others, a sense of being overwhelmed, feeling hopeless or worthless, reduced productivity, irritability, and increased drug or alcohol use. In the worst case, they may feel a need to self-harm, commit suicide, or even harm others. In the confines of a small boat, an individual with a mental health issue can quickly affect the mental health of others on board. For example, if they become sullen or withdrawn, they may negatively affect the mood and team spirit on board the boat. If they become irritable, they may become a source of friction or conflict with other crew. And if they become lethargic and less focused on their work, other crew may be required to pick up the slack, thus increasing risks of fatigue and accidents. In some situations, this individual may also be a threat to the smooth operation of the boat, compromise catch value and income of all on board, and, in extreme cases, be a threat to the safety of others on board. Under Australian workplace health and safety law, boat owners and skippers must take steps to protect their crew against risks to their physical and mental health. This means they have a duty of care to create a mentally healthy workplace, one where all crew feel comfortable, valued, and free to discuss mental health issues without fear of bullying or intimidation. The crew also have a responsibility to support the individual as best they can, without bullying or intimidation. In summary, everyone on board should promote positive mental health, and support others with mental health issues. While this module cannot cover all possible actions that contribute to a mentally healthy workplace, a few actions can be applied by boat owners, skippers, and the crew. This includes being aware of changes in the behavior of an individual. It includes creating an open and tolerant work environment, with fair and appropriate sharing of workloads, and creating an environment where individuals can discuss mental health issues openly without fear of ridicule or retribution. It also includes fostering a culture of zero tolerance towards bullying, discrimination, or other negative behavior, as well as promotion of healthy living, including adequate sleep, personal hygiene, and moderate use of alcohol. Having literature on board that describes signs and symptoms of common mental health conditions, and contacts for assistance is also a useful idea. So, What can you do to support your own mental health? To the extent that you can't on a fishing boat, there are several things you can do, including eating healthy and nutritious food, getting adequate rest and sleep, avoiding alcohol and drugs, finding time to relax and chill out, for example, listening to music or reading a book, reducing time on the phone, computer, or watching videos, engaging with others on board, and if necessary, seeking professional advice and support. As a final point, mental health issues are more common than you realize. Many people you know may have or have had a mental health issue but have chosen to hide it due to embarrassment, fear, or other reason. Admitting to poor mental health is a brave step, and individuals should be treated with concern and respect, particularly as their admission is an early step toward their recovery. It is also possible that in the future you will suffer from a mental health issue, and imagine how much better you will feel knowing you can discuss this openly without fear of ridicule, bullying, or even loss of job. Great! You are now finished. Now we can review the material covered in this module.